what is a business system? What exactly is a business system? To a lot of people, every time you say the word business system, there are three words or there are three things that come into their mind. They start thinking that it has to be big, it has to be expensive, and it has to be complicated, or it has to be complex. Those are the three things that are preventing almost every other business owner from realizing that a business system is not these three things. In fact, a business system is the exact opposite of these are three things. It is only a system if it is simple, affordable, and easy to use. In short, a business system, your understanding of a business system is the exact opposite of what a business system is supposed to do. I want to actually break it to you that the simplest business system is actually called a checklist. It's called a checklist. A checklist is simple, is affordable, and it is very easy to use. And that is why it is called a checklist. Because essentially what you want to understand with business systems is that you want to understand what exactly do we want to achieve when we are creating a business system. The first thing that we want to create when we are creating a business system is something that is reliable and can be replicated by almost anyone in the company at any given time. It has to look at all the complex things that you do, and it has to look at those things that make up the whole. And we want to break them down into something very easy to do. And the simplest checklist that we can make is that of, for example, closing your business at the end of the day. That what is included in that process, that you have to ensure that all the tools are stored so that none of the tools is left unattended. If there are tools that need to be cleaned, those that can be destroyed maybe by mortar and other things, they are washed, they are stored well. This is a system of just closing your doors at the end of the day. It includes things that have to happen before that door is closed. Before the final padlock is put, you want to make sure that all these things are done. Let's look at what essentially is supposed to be inside any system, any checklist. That we want to make sure that we are attaching every checklist to a business goal or an objective. For example, we want to protect our assets. We want to ensure that our assets continue to serve us for an extended period of time. And to do that, we have to take care of all those assets. If there are tools, there are equipment, we need to take care of them so that they can serve us for many years. We want to ensure that every tool that we have bought is bringing in even more revenues. That before that tool has outlived its usefulness, it has truly served its purpose long enough. That is why when we are closing that action of just closing the store, the closing at the end of the day, we are attaching some of these things to that action. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say here. We are attaching everything that we are doing to a business objective. We don't want to just have glorious things, just things that we think that can be done or should be done, or just to be just a stubborn old goat of a business person. No, we are just not putting things or checklists on things that are not effectively adding value to the business, and that is why we are attaching them to the goal. I hope now that is clear. The second one is actions. We want to define those actions. And every action, we want to make sure that that action is either attached to tools that needs to be used for that action, platforms that are going to be used for those actions. For example, marketing, most of the marketing actions include platforms and channels. Things that are related to service delivery are the most things that most are attached to. They are attached to equipment, tools, and other resources. We also want to make sure that now our objectives at the action level, we want to define those objectives at the action level, that we want to wash the tool, we want to service the tool, we want to service the equipment, we want to publish on Facebook, we want to publish on YouTube. These are platforms, these are channels. We are attaching our actions and our actions to tools and platforms, and those actions, we must make sure that they are objectives that we want to get from those. And again, why are we doing this? Because we want to prevent someone from just adding unnecessary actions that are not tied to essential business objectives. We don't want to burden a business with useless stuff. We want to make sure that everything is tied to either the business objective or every action feeds into those objectives. The fourth item on this checklist, these are the tasks. And we want to make sure that the tasks, we are defining how success looks like once this task is completed. A task is completed, for example, when a tool has been serviced and stored after use. Success looks like that tool can just be picked on the next service day and it will go straight to the construction site to do its work. But if we stored it without that checklist, by the time we are picking it up and going to the construction site and we realize that it is not functioning, then that task was not completed. That task was not, we did not get what we were trying to get when we set up these tasks to be completed. When we say that we want 50 social media posts in a month, we want to specify how many are going to this platform, how many are going to this channel. That if we are only publishing maybe twice a week on one channel, that only leaves us with only 8 in a month for that particular channel. We are probably going for more channels. We want maybe 5 channels to do that. Then maybe we will add maybe website. Our publishing, maybe because we want to publish 50 pieces of content, we are attaching it to 5 or 6 different platforms. That we are going to publish this on this particular day, this on this particular day, this on this particular platform. We are attaching all this into very specific platforms, very specific actions, very specific objectives. And the last one is timelines and intervals. How often do we publish on social media? How often do we service the tools? How often do we service an equipment? When are we expected to complete a certain task? When are we supposed to complete this particular service, this particular thing? So when you tell me that you have a business system and you tell me it is here, yes, it is called a system, but it is actually called a nervous system. If you tell me I have it right here with me, that everything, I know everything, how it's supposed to work, and you think it's here, that's not a system. That is your nervous system. If it's wanted to be a business system, then work a checklist for it. And I have guided you here that everything that we are doing, the timelines must tell us about our business objectives. That we want to be able to have published in the next 6 months. We want to because maybe, for example, we realize that if we put out 10 pieces of content out there in the pieces of content online in a month, we get 5 inquiries. We are going for 50 pieces of content because we want 5 times 5 inquiries, which is 25 inquiries. That is what we want, because we want more business inquiries. Because maybe every time we get 5 inquiries, we get close 1 client, and we want to have 5 new clients. So we want to have 25 inquiries for us to be able to close 5 clients. We are attaching everything that we are doing to business goals and objectives. And that is how you make sure that your business system is actually serving your business and not you as a person. It is not. It is serving your business, because every time something you do serves your business, helps your business achieves better efficiency of better results, it helps you in by extension. Thank you for watching, and stop thinking about business systems as big, expensive, and complex things. They are supposed to be simple, affordable, and easy to use systems. It is these types of checklists, when they combine one, for example, one for marketing, one for social media. No, for example, one for social media, one for website, one for calls, one for email. Together they make one marketing system. When it's at the workstation, the systems that you have created, the checklist that you have created for each and every action, when the materials are picked, when the technicians are assigned specific jobs, when those jobs are supposed to be done, that is a delivery system, a customer service delivery system. You keep building your systems through checklists. Stop thinking about it as if it's a complex thing. Thank you for watching.